Hey, what's up everyone? Josh Quinones here, and today we're going to be testing out some gaming on the Hisense U8K 4K Mini LED TV. I got the 65-inch model right here, and for this test, we're going to be using the PlayStation 5 that I have right here that is looking oh so good in this matte black finish with the plates on the side, and then I got a nice matte black skin going down the middle from our sponsors of this video, dbrand. Yes, so they actually offer custom plates for your PlayStation 5 to be able to change up the look. And like I said, the one I have right here with this matte black finish, it is just looking oh so clean. Very, very nice. But if matte black is not your thing, they have tons of other retro plates to choose from as well, along with skins to go with them, kind of taking you, to back in the day, a little bit of old school mixed in with the new school of the PS5, but they got different colors of those retro plates to choose from. Of course, the one I have right here is the bluish color, and I think it looks really, really cool. So it's nice that we can be able to change up the look of our PS5 just to make it kind of stand out more or give it a more clean look other than, the plain white plates that originally come with the PS5. And if you don't have a PS5, that's perfectly fine. If you have an Xbox, dbrand offers tons of skins for the Xbox Series as well, so you can be able to change up the look of that, make it look a little more cool than it already does. Or if you have a Nintendo Switch, there's tons of skins to choose from for the Nintendo Switch console as well. So no matter what console you got, you can be able to change up the look with skins and plates right here from dbrand. Again, I'll leave a link down in the description below in case you want to check them out for yourself. But let's go and test out some gaming on the Hisense U8K. Okay, so the Hisense U8K actually has its own dedicated gaming mode. So once you turn on your console and go to that input that it's currently hooked up to, the TV will automatically go into that gaming mode. And I gotta say, gaming has actually been pretty enjoyable on this TV right here. It does support up to 144 hertz of smoothness, 144 hertz refresh rate, but of course that's going to come in effect when you plug a PC in to this TV right here. But if you have something like your PS5 hooked up or your Xbox, then you'll get up to 120 hertz refresh rate, which is still super smooth. Especially for a TV, it's gonna give you a nice smooth experience. But if you press the menu button on the remote right here, you'll see down here at the bottom, we have a gaming menu specifically for this gaming mode right here. So if I come all the way over here to my left, we got the frames per second that's currently being supported. So right now I'm just on the home menu of the PS5. So it's giving me 60 frames per second. The HDR is turned on. Variable refresh rate is currently turned off, but you can switch that up or it will automatically switch up itself depending on what game you go into that supports it. Going over, we have frames per second viewing, which I do have turned on. You can turn it off, you can turn it on. And if you look up here at my top left corner of the TV, you can see it'll let us know the refresh rate up there, the frames per second. So you can turn that off or you can turn that on to let you know how many frames per second you're getting with the game you're playing. So currently at 60 frames per second, I'll go ahead and leave that on right here. We got dark detail, which you can leave off or on. I like to leave it on. We got the picture size, which you can change from wide to zoom to normal to auto. Automatic will automatically, of course, change up the size for you. That normal mode is going to give you the black bars on the side, and then zoom in. I really don't recommend using the zoom mode because then you're gonna lose stuff on the sides and the tops of whatever game you're playing, especially if you're playing a shooting game. I personally like to leave it on wide, and then we have a direct mode as well, 21:9, 32:9, which is going to give you a wide look, but it kind of squishes it a little bit, as you can see there. And those are all of the options. But again, I personally like to leave it on wide. Just looks really nice and it fits the screen great. Then we have the screen position, which of course, you want to leave it on middle. FreeSync, turn that on or off. The brightness, it goes from 100 all the way down to 0. So if it's too bright for you, hey, you can turn it down if you want. I like to leave it at 100. I like to leave it on the brightest setting. And honestly, this TV does get pretty bright. Not the brightest display I've ever seen on a TV, but still bright enough, at least for my eyes right here. And then we have the high refresh rate mode down at the bottom right corner, which you can turn on or off. If you turn that off, it won't allow you to use the highest refresh rate that you possibly can within that game. Or if you're playing an older game, it'll kind of force that game to a higher refresh rate if the game does allow it to, but I like to leave that on. And then of course, once the variable refresh rate does turn on, it does turn off the high refresh rate mode because that game will automatically go into that 120 hertz if it does support that, which I'll show you a little bit later. And then we have our menu. So if I click on menu, it's gonna give us the regular TV menu. You can switch up the picture mode. You got HDR gaming, HDR theater, filmmaker mode. So you get all the regular picture mode settings that come with the TV right here. I like to leave it on HDR game since we are gaming. You can change up the sound mode. I like leaving it on theater because it just gives it a more of a nice full sound. And then you have your actual game settings right here, which you can change up the contrast, the black level, instant game response, FreeSync, and then that high refresh rate mode as well. So those are pretty much all the settings when it comes to that gaming bar down here at the bottom. But let's go and jump into a game here and check out the frames per second and see just how smooth this TV plays those games. And we'll turn up the volume a little bit as well so you can kind of get an idea of what the volume is like on this TV and just the overall sound, because this does have that built-in subwoofer in the back, so you're gonna get a little bit more low end as well, which is really nice, especially if you're playing a shooting game. When you're shooting that gun, you can kind of feel what you're doing. All right, so jumping into a quick game of Fortnite here, as you can see, the settings on the bottom have now changed. So we are now at 119 frames per second, going down to 108. So that variable refresh rate is turned on. As you can see, they're down at the bottom left, and also at the top left as well. It's giving us our frames per second right now at the moment. And then if you look down to the bottom right corner, as you can see, that high refresh rate mode is now off. And I don't even have the option to be able to change that if I want to. I would have to go into other TV settings in order to do that. But the variable refresh rate is allowing us to play this game at 120 Hertz. And of course, you are going to have to go into the game settings itself as well to be able to turn that 120 Hertz on, and also on the PS5 settings as well to be able to allow us to play at 120 Hertz. So we're gonna go ahead and play for a little bit here, just to kind of give you guys an idea of how smooth gameplay is on this TV. And I'll go ahead and turn up the volume as well. Won't be too much talking for me. All I got to do is press back on the remote right here. As you can see, that gaming bar down at the bottom does go away. Put the volume at about 25. Okay, so I gotta say, the speakers on this TV are actually sounding pretty good, especially when you hear those gunshots. Although for a game like this, I would recommend using headphones. I don't know where this guy is. That was a close one. All right, got a few eliminations. Not doing too bad. lost that one. It's all good. This was just to test out the smoothness when playing a game at 120 hertz like this. And as you can see, gameplay is actually very smooth on this. The sound is great as well. But let's go ahead and jump into a regular game here, like let's see, Brawlhalla. Okay, so Brawlhalla is more of a simple game, not a super high refresh rate game. As you can see up at the top right, we're at 60 frames per second. If I go into the gaming menu here, as you can see, Vario refresh rate has turned off for this game, and we now have access to a high refresh rate mode, which we can turn on or off. And if we turn it off, if the game allows it to, it will kind of push that frame rate higher if it is able to. But let me go ahead and get out of this right here. Let's go ahead and play a little bit. It's kind of like the Super Smash Brothers for PlayStation. Kind of like a cheaper version of it. But if you haven't played Brawlhalla before, it's a free game on the PlayStation Store. It's actually pretty fun. Ooh. I'm the wolf up at the top. Or the one that just fell down. But playing a game like this is nice, especially in a big TV like this, and the colors look great. The colors are popping nice and well right here, but not too oversaturated. It actually looks really good. And even with a simple game like this, the gameplay is still smooth. The controller is responding well. Whoa, that was close. And another thing about a TV of this size is that if you're playing with more than one person, you don't have to worry about everybody sharing a smaller screen if you do happen to be playing all in the same room. So this is nice right here. And you can actually feel that subwoofer going to work here with those low-end sounds. So sounding pretty good as well. Oh! Okay, so this is just a quick game of Brawlhalla, just to give you an idea of what a game like this would look like on this TV. Playing very smooth, looking really good. And of course with this game we're only going to get 60 frames per second. Does not support that 120 hertz. But let's go and go into one more game here. One of my favorite games, SpiderMan. Alright, so jumping into SpiderMan Miles Morales right here. Looking really good on this TV right here. Even though it's nighttime right here in the game itself, the blacks are looking really good. The overall colors are looking really good. As you can see, we're getting up to that 120 hertz of refresh rate. Look, if you look at Spider-Man himself, he's looking good. A lot of detail in this game on this TV as well. Looking really, really good. And what I like about playing this game on a big TV like this, it almost makes it feel like you're swinging through New York yourself. Especially if you're a little close to the screen. Like, it almost feels like you're there, especially when there's a lot of detail coming out of this display, like what we see here. And yes, I did have to start a new game with this one right here because this is actually a brand new PS5 that I have right here. And for some reason, it wouldn't let me load my existing game that I had with my other console for some reason. But just swinging around here a little bit. Looking really good. Gameplay really smooth. Super smooth. And you can see at the top left, frames per second does change from around 70 frames per second up to 119. Running very smooth. Look at how cool that looks. Okay, let's go ahead and go over to the yellow triangle. But I just kind of wanted to show you guys what a game like this would look like, you know, with more darker colors. It's not super vibrant like what we saw with Fortnite, and even Brawlhalla had those nice vibrant colors. This is more of a, you know, true to life game where the colors are gonna look more true to life, and it's actually looking pretty good on this display right here. Look at that, looking really good. So there you have it, gaming on the Hisense U8K 4K mini LED TV. Now, I'm no professional, you know, gamer. I don't do this full time or anything like that. I'm just, you know, your normal casual gamer. I know what I like, and I know what I don't like. And I gotta say that gaming on the Hisense U8K is actually very enjoyable. At least in my opinion, definitely a TV that I can recommend for those of you casual gamers out there that just like to sit in your living room, play your PlayStation, your Xbox, even your Nintendo Switch, or maybe you have a big, nice gaming room. This is definitely gonna be a nice TV for gaming. But I hope this video did help out. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment sections below. If you did like it and find it helpful, make sure to leave it a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any other future videos to come. Thank you all so very much for watching. This is Josh Quinones. I will see you on the next one. Peace out.